Hello, in this recording we are going to run through the KennelBooker and Xero integration. First of all, we've got our test Kennel account and we've also got a test Xero account. So in this demonstration we're going to show adding a booking, adding a service to the booking, adding a daycare package to the booking, adding a payment to the booking, and then setting up the required codes in Xero to match these all together, and then finally pushing a booking across to Xero. It all sounds very complicated. It's not. We're going to run through just quickly how to do it. It should take 5 to 10 minutes. So first of all, in our KennelBooker account, we're going to go into the settings and we are going to click into the additional services. So additional services are things that you add to a booking, like additional walks or one-on-one time, or maybe a wash before the pet leaves if they're boarding with you. So you can see here that we've got an additional walk. It's categorized as exercise, and then it has a price of $10. When we click into the service, down in the middle of the screen, we've got an accountancy code. Now these accountancy codes match to the Xero product and services codes in Xero. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into Xero, we're going to set up the required codes, we're going to copy them down, and then we're going to come back to KennelBooker and update those codes. So we're going to do that now. So we've got an additional service here, and then we've got a daycare package here of 10 daycare credits. So we're going to set up a code for that. And then if you click into the Xero settings tab down here, we are going to set up boarding or codes for our boarding and for our daycare bookings. In Xero, you can create separate codes for each type of booking, or if you just want to categorize everything as a general booking, you can put in one code and then set the same code to every type of booking that you take in KennelBooker. So we're going to go into our test Xero account here. So when you click into your Xero account, you've got your standard dashboard. So you're going to click into the menu called Business, and you're going to go down to Products and Services. Now, just for simplicity, we've added in some of these already. So here you can see we've got a product and service code for boarding, daycare, an additional walk, and a daycare package. Just to show you how you add one of those in, we're going to add one for our walk package as well, because we've got one of those in KennelBooker. So if you click on New Item, we're going to put in a code of 302. We're going to give it a name, so we're going to say it's a walk package. We're going to unclick that, and we do sell this item, so we're going to put it in the sales code, and then we're going to say it's got a state tax of 10%. So you can turn taxes on or off or set it up the way you want. We don't track this item, so we're going to click on Save. So now we've got the codes. So what you're wanting to do is you're going to take those codes, you're going to write them down on a piece of paper, and then you're going to go back to KennelBooker in just a moment. Now in KennelBooker, when you add a booking into the system, you can add payments to those bookings. So whether you take manual payments and you record those manually in KennelBooker, or you use our Stripe integration, whenever you send a booking across to Xero and it has a payment attached to it, those payments must be assigned to a bank account in Xero, or they will not go across. So in order to add a bank account into Xero, you click on the Accountancy tab, you go down to the Chart of Accounts, and then you click on this button here that says Add Bank Account. Now I've already added one in, but what you would do is you click on Bank Account, and depending on the country you're in, a list of banks will appear here. So you've got, these are US banks, you've got PayPal and Stripe in there as well, Wells Fargo, etc. You type in the bank you use, your account number, and give it a name, and then once you do that, you will go back to the Chart of Accounts. You'll find the bank account in the list. Once you click on it, you get this little pop-up box here, and you've got this option for a code. Now you're going to have to specify a unique code / number for this account. We've given this account a code of 900 because it hasn't been used anywhere else in the Chart of Accounts, and we're going to write that down as well. So we're going to just, for simplicity's sake, we're going to add all of our payments into the 900 code. And then what you'll do is you'll click Save once you've added in your code there. So if we jump back to KennelBooker, for our boarding code, we're going to type in 100. For our daycare bookings, we're going to type in 300. We're going to say that all of our Stripe payments, if you use Stripe, go into the code of 900, and we're going to click Save. Then we are going to go to the additional services. We're going to click on Edit, and we're going to type in the code of 301. Scroll down, click on Update Service and Charge. You're going to see then that account code over here in the corner. And then we are going to go into the daycare packages. So we're going to click into the daycare package, and then in the accounting code we're going to type in 30, actually this is 301. And then this is 302. And that additional service was actually supposed to be 300. I'm just going to jump back into Xero and just double check those. Okay, so yeah, so additional walk was 300, daycare package is 301, and then the walk package is 302, and then you've got your other two there. So going back to KennelBooker. So now we have those codes typed in there. Now what you're going to do is the other payments that you can add into KennelBooker. If you type on the Customize Text tab and then you scroll down, so up here you can rename some of the services that are using KennelBooker, and then towards the end you're going to see different payment methods. So if you have additional payments methods that you accept, you can click on the Add Payment Type and then you can add one of these in. So for each of those we're going to click in and we're going to type in the account code of 900. And we're going to save it. Now we're going to click back out and we're going to do it for each of these. And then with the power of video editing, all of these codes are now matched up. So everything's set to 900 and all the payment types are added. So what we're going to do is we're going to click into our customers. So we've got one customer in here. So we've got Richie Matanga, and we are going to add a booking for this customer. So the easiest way to do this, click in, click add booking, and then we're just going to add in a boarding booking. We're going to select his dog, assign it to a run, assign the price. We are going to then add an additional walk. So we're going to add that to the booking, and we're going to click on create booking. So now this customer has a booking in the system. They've been sent their confirmation email, which you can view if you wish, and then you can click into go to booking. And here, so you can see the price is $75 plus $10 plus tax of $8.50 gives you $93.50. So just so we can show how the other part of this system works. So if you click on buy 10 daycare credits, so you'd normally add daycare credits to a boarding booking, but you can add it to or you normally add it to a daycare booking, but you can also add it to a boarding booking if you want. Just so we can see that going across, we're going to add one of those into the system. So now we've got a payment due here of $258.50. So we are going to scroll down here. We're going to add a manual payment of the same amount. We're going to say it's cash, and we're going to say the payment was taken today, and we're going to add that in. So once a payment has been added, you're going to see that the booking is now marked as paid. There's no outstanding balance on the booking. We're going to check this booking into the system now. So we are now going to check it out. So what's going to happen then is we're going to check it out. We're not going to update the price because this booking is technically overdue for checkout. And then we're going to check out the booking. So once the booking is checked out, great. Now in the Xero integration, so click to access it, you click on this little briefcase icon here. This is going to show all checked out bookings that are ready to be sent across to Xero. Now you may wish to send unchecked out bookings or checked in bookings or new bookings across, and if you want to filter just to see those bookings, you can do so from this list here. So now everything is coded correctly in Xero and everything is coded correctly in KennelBooker. When you click on the send, KennelBooker will take that booking and send it across to Xero as an invoice/receipt and associate the payments with it. So in order to do that, we're going to click on the send button now. And the send button has now changed and the booking has been marked as sent. So we're going to click into Xero. And then we're going to click on contacts, customers, and we'll see that that customer is now being created in Xero. So here we've got Richie here, it's got its email address. We're going to click in, and then we are going to see that he's got one invoice here. So it was for booking 19 and it was for $258.50. So you can click into the invoice here by clicking on 19, and then you're going to see that everything has been coded correctly. So you've got your boarding description here, you've got your item code set up, you've got your additional walk and your daycare credits, and then your booking has been added correctly. And then you've also got the payment, so you've got the less payment of $258.50. So you can click in there and you can see that that payment has also been added into the system. And that in a nutshell is the Xero integration. Again, if you don't want to categorize every single service, you can create a catch-all service. So you can say additional service, you can give it a code, and then you can mark every additional service in the system with that specific code. You don't need to break it down into a walk service, a wash service, etc. And then again, the same for payments.